I'm going to present them. Yeah, take care of it.
From Namibia.
Yes.
Saddam, all the best for Bafana, but Brave Warriors are going to beat you.
No ways.
No ways.
Tell you Shalulile is going to be in trouble.
Shalulile is our man. He's going to score a brilliant goal against Bafana.
This is in Namibia. We're going to beat them. This is our 3.9, 3.8 to Bafana. 3 point.
Bafana, 0. Brave Warriors, 1.
No. 2-1. Bafana Bafana 2. You 1.
For Brave Warriors.
No. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, and guess what? Today I'm not joined by a Warawara Association. It's Wayne. Saddam Mark is not here, but hopefully I'll be able to connect with him. He's on his way to Ivory Coast. And now our agreement was we'll talk while he's in the at the airport. So I've been trying to reach him, not yet. But if I manage to get hold of him, we'll talk. If not, maybe I'll hook up with him a little bit later. Now, this morning, what I want us to discuss, it's a big one. Afcon is starting today in Ivory Coast. The players have already left. So people like Saddam are following from today. And then, so it's going to be very nice and exciting. And we wish that we win this cup, not even go to the final, but win this cup. All right, that's very, very important. But today's topic, I've seen that, some of the former players, they are complaining, not necessarily, how can I put it, or they have their different views, all right, in terms of the squad that has been selected by the coach and so on. And then while is their opinion, all right, and one thing that I want to indicate right from the beginning, football is a game of opinion, all right? So people in leadership should not be somehow feel bad when they're being criticized, all right? Sometimes when they criticize you, listen to the critics and get a point. What are they trying to achieve? Do they do justice, or do they help you or not, all right? That's one point. But at the same time, I also want to say to the very same people who are criticizing, this is a big tournament for us as a country. Remember, we won it in 1996. Remember, we just won the Rugby World Cup. And football is important. I normally tell people that say sport is a very good tool to market a country. We've seen with Qatar. We didn't know Qatar, but now we know Qatar. Now we know the Saudi Arabia football. Some of us never knew that in Saudi Arabia they play football. But football and sport do market a country. So those people who are criticizing, I would say we are going for a big tournament. instead of criticizing, let's rally around. Let's rally around and support the people who have been selected, support the decision that has been taken by the leadership. Then let's talk after, all right? Simultaneous, I want to say to the leadership, please don't close the door to the critics. Allow the critics to go on. Maybe you'll be able to get what people are saying, all right? But at the same time, I don't condone people criticizing when we are on the verge of a big tournament. Because for me, that may destabilize the team. Simultaneously, I want to say big up to Dr. Danny Jordan and his team by concluding the bonus agreement just before the game started. Because these things of bonuses and so on, they create problems. I remember when the great Jomosono was relating what happened in France, just when they were about to play the World Cup. All right. So we don't want those things. And I remember people relating at some point how Dr. Ivan Koza intervened and resolved a problem on the eve of the big tournament. So big up to Dr. Danny Jordan for saying, guys, if you win the tournament, we give you the entire prize, which is 7 million US dollars. At some point, it was said 7 million rand, but it's 7 million US dollars. If you convert it into rand, it's 131, according to Gold Magazine. Now, for me, that's a plus factor. A big up to them. Job well done. Now it's up to the players in the field of play to ensure that they represent us well and they win this tournament. That's my opinion. All right. You may have your own opinion, and I would like to hear your opinion. Now, my question is it the right time for the former players or other people in the society to criticize the squad on the eve of the big tournament? That's the question. So I want to hear your opinion. So for me, I say I don't think it's a good thing. Allow Bafana Bafana to play because a coach has a lot of players in his disposal. All right, and then he can only select few, and he can only select 11 to play. So we need to be fair to these people. And then is the coach and technical staff, they're not many. All right. So let's allow them to select whoever that they selected. Now, as I talk about that, Patrick Mayo, the father of Nkanyiso Mayo, is very critical that, the leading goal scorer, which is Nkanyiso Mayo, who happened to be his son, has not been selected. And then he further goes on and say he doesn't argue or lament because his son was not selected. His argument is based on the fact that that is the leading goal scorer in the league currently. So why was he not selected? All right. Instead, we see Mayela, who has been selected. And Mayela apparently was on an injury list, and then he hasn't scored much goals. But remember, as people, as coaches who have preferences. And Hugo Bros has already won the Afcon before, all right? He has experience, so he has his own opinion. And then he argues to say selection is not on the form, selection is based on what the coach feels that this one, I'll work well with this one, or whatever. We don't know, all right? But I was saying why can't we reserve those critics and wait after the tournament? And then after the tournament, then we start talking. All right. That's my opinion. Then Matthew Booth, he's the one who's very, very supportive. He says he believes that the squad is good, the squad will do well. He see them going up to the semi-final, and then they may even go to the finals, according to Matthew Booth. He's got confidence in them. So then you have Bennett Mguni, who argues that, why Hugo Bros is allowed to continue with the squad instead of giving Helman Mukelele to take the squad. you know what, Mngoni, you played football, I respect you, but I don't think this argument carries any water. Are you saying this because he's a former player, former oldies, and then you guys are talking for your own interest? I don't see anything wrong. You look, when I look at Hugo Bros, when he came in first time, I was very critical of him, and especially when he did not select Temba Zwane. I was very critical. All right, I'm not saying that because Temba is a homeboy, Tembisen, just like me, and Temba is very good. Even Dr. Kumalo has confessed not long ago to say Temba Kumalo is a brilliant player. But he gave his reasons why he did that, and then he was experimenting, and today he's singing the praises of Tembazwane. But the truth of the matter is, Hugo Bros, when he came in, he tried many players. There's no team that can say players were not tried from their team. And what I liked, the majority of players that were brought in, some of them we didn't know them, all right, or they were not big names, but he introduced them to us, and then so for me, I'm saying big up. He's doing well. He's not doing bad, but let's give him the chance. Let's see how things are going to happen. Then there is Hlompo Kekana. Hlompo Kekana says, why Kaizer Chiefs players were snapped? And then he does not believe that Kaizer Chiefs players were snapped. He does not say Sundowns players should not, because the squad is dominated by Sundowns players. He said those players, yes, deservedly so, they have to be there. But he doesn't agree that one or two players were not selected from Kaizer Chiefs. That's not my argument. Allow the coach to make his decision. Remember, this is his decision, all right? But at the same time, I would also want to say to the coach, don't be angry when people criticize you. Football is a game of opinion. Allow them to have an opinion. So that's my argument. So we'll see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. The group that we find ourselves in. We are in the group E. We are playing Tunisia. We are playing Mali. We are playing Namibia. And Namibia, you know very well. Namibia knows us very well. They're here at home with us. They know us very well, Namibia. And then, we also have Shaolile, who knows most of our defenders very well. He score goals against them most of the time. So this is going to be very tough. Tunisia is always strong. You cannot rule Tunisia out. And Mali has shown to us that they can always do well. But this is the group, so I hope we will do better as time goes on, and then let's see. But in this group, let me just give you the history of Bafana Bafana. Maybe you'll see how Bafana Bafana did. This is the squad of 1996. All right, and look, in 2000, what you call 1957 to 1994, we're not playing in the Afcon because we were disqualified due to apartheid. But in not in 2000, 1957 to 1994, we're not playing. Then in 1996, we won the championship. Then in 1998, we went up to the silver medal. But let me remind you, before we win the championship in 1996, we were losing. We're losing to teams like Zimbabwe. I remember they gave us 4. And then that's when Peter Ndlovu introduced himself, scoring 2 goals. He was hot, red hot. Then we lost against Nigeria 4, and then we're nicknamed 4x4. So we're losing quite, but that was prior. But come 1996, we won the championship. All right. And then 1998, during the time of Jomo, Benny McCarthy introducing himself into the game. And then he did well, Benny McCarthy, in this Afcon. I think he became a top goal scorer of the tournament. We went up to a silver medal. I remember Jomo was called in on the eve to take the squad. They were left with a week. they went up to final and they got the silver medal. And then in 2000 they got the bronze, and then in 2002 they went up to the quarterfinals. Then 2004 to 2008 they were knocked out of the group stages. 2010 to 2012, they did not qualify. 2013, they were knocked out at the quarterfinals, and in 2015, we lost at the group stage. In 2017, we did not qualify. 2019, we went up to the quarterfinals, and then 2021, we did not qualify. So 2024, we've qualified. So you know what? If you look at this, this is not a bad record. If you remember that we're in wilderness, we're in isolation, no one knew about football. That is why at some point we're 4-by-4, all right? And then, but look what we have done. And you have teams that have been there, your Zimbabwe, they've been there. Your teams like, well, Zambia, they've done well, Malawi, but we are the team that has went on and win the tournament. So you can't say this is bad. This for me, it's very good. So um, this for me, it's very good. So we need to be very careful, and then let's continue to rally around Bafana Bafana and see what's gonna happen. Now let's see at the squad that has been selected by the coach, and see this squad, and then I think you also have your opinion. Look, as I say, we all want to have our players in the squad, just like Sompo Kekana is saying. He does not understand why Chiefs players are not there. Rowan Williams, you know what? I have nothing to say. The boy is so good. Veli Mutua also, Ricardo Bruce, and then at the back, Sidney Mudibe, and Ngosinatis BC, and Mtobi Vala. Mtobi Vala, okay, they said prior to this, there were injuries, but he said, because he trusts him, all right? It's all about trust. The coach trusts him, said, no, I'll take him along. And Aubrey Madiba, Grant Kekana, and then Terence Mashiho, and Ayanda Tulu. Remember, Ayanda Tulu, as we speak, he does not have a team, but the coach trusts him. Kuluse Mudau. And then in the middle field, you have Tebo Humkwena, one of the guys that I believe is a genius. He's a genius. My hometown boy, Tebo Humkwena, is a genius. Spelele Sitole, and then Jaden Adams, and Tabang Munare, Tapelo Masego, and then Tapelo Morena. Well, I have my own reservation about Tapelo Masego, but now we support this squad. We are behind them. Boys go out there and surprise us. Temba Zwane, and then Mihlali Mayambela, Zakele Lepasa, Pesitau, and Oswin Apollos, and then Evidence Mahopa. All right, and then so these are the players who are going with us at Afcon. So for me, you know what? Let's give them a chance. Let's talk after the World Cup. For me, I think the squad will surprise a lot of people. Hugo Bros, we are behind you. Bafana Bafana, we are behind you. But let me ask you to comment about this. Do you think it's fair for the former players to criticize the squad on the eve of the tournament? Remember, the tournament is starting today. Just before I leave, let me remind you that we are a financial company, and then currently we are helping people who are in the government, people who are having their pension with GPF. We help them to avoid penalties because they are above 55 or 55 and they want to leave either early or resign early for the different reasons, and then but they're afraid because they'll be penalized. So we'll show them how they cannot be penalized, not even a cent. We'll also show them in terms of how can they minimize in terms of the taxation. At the end of the show, you'll see our WhatsApp number. Drop us your contact details. We'll call you for free. And we also have those people who have debt review status. They were conned to be under debt review. I'm saying they were conned because they got a call. They told them about consolidation, which was not even a consolidation, because consolidation and debt review are not the same. And then people were tricked to be in debt review, and now they can't do anything, and they are unable to remove the status. All right. So now, if you want to be assisted as far as that is concerned, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore call you. You don't have to spend money to call us. We'll call you for free, and then so that we help you. Now, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. Please subscribe, comment, do the like, and then ask your friends to watch, pass the show to others so that we can popularize the show. We thank you so much. We hope that you'll continue to support us, and we thank those who have already subscribed. We really appreciate. I thank you.